What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Josh Does Life. I wanted to shoot you a quick video. This is not necessarily like an update of what all's going on, and it's not really a review, but it's just to inform you of what I'm trying for back pain now. So if you've been following my channel, you know that I've had some issues with my back. The main thing is several years ago, I was diagnosed and got an MRI and had a couple of bulging discs in my back. That has been something that I've dealt with for a number of years now. Sometimes it got really bad, but usually I had to do a lot of stuff outside or something to actually irritate it. It was tolerable. I mean, I could take a leave every day and I could find ways to deal with it. So it wasn't that bad. Here, several months back, we've been riding this train for a little while now. Something changed in my back and I started having a lot more pain. Then it just constantly got worse and worse, and it got to where it was a little bit debilitating. Couldn't get around very well. So I went back to the doctor, did an x-ray, and they basically, I don't know if they could tell from the x-ray. I think it was more just the textbook symptom type thing. But they said in the x-ray they could see a lot of arthritis around my spine, and then they said that I had sciatica. Excuse me. So they started giving me pain meds. I did that for a while. It didn't help enough. I mean, it gave a little bit of relief as far as I could tell I was taking them, and I could tell when I didn't take them, but it wasn't enough to really help me and get me where I need to be. So next step, they sent me to pain management. Pain management wanted to do spinal injections, and they gave me a stronger pain pill. I said, that's fine. I was actually looking forward to it to get some relief. I made the appointment, and then I got a call back saying that my insurance wouldn't pay for the spinal injections until I did physical therapy. Okay, so then I postponed that and did some physical therapy. They wanted me to go 6 weeks, twice a week, and the out-of-pocket cost was $83 per visit. They originally told me that the first visit would cost $50 out of pocket, and after that it was supposed to be $75, I think, but then I got a bill and it ended up being $83 a visit. So I did it a little bit, but I didn't continue on doing that. So then I started getting other medical bills in to where I'd already paid my co-pays, but then started getting these bills for the difference in as far as what the insurance didn't pay, all these other things. I actually, from pain management, they required me to get a drug screening. I did that. It was a urine test at that facility or site, and they didn't mention that it would cost anything else. I paid my $40 specialty copay or whatever. Well, then a couple weeks later, I get a bill from a lab for $550 for that drug test. And I called them, and, they said that's what it was. And so I called around. It's a lab in Georgia. I don't remember what it was called. I called around some local labs, and they basically said, like walk-in wise, any kind of drug test, there's only so much you can do, like testing you can do with urine. They had a 10-panel drug test that they did for like $30 that mainly looks for like illegal drugs, substance abuse stuff. Then they had a 20-panel that looked also for screen like prescription drugs and things like that. And that was $60. So I think, that lab is just a big scam. I think it's a rip-off kind of thing. They didn't tell me anything about it. They just basically sent me a bill after the fact. They told me, the doctor wouldn't see me until I did the drug test. It was just standard. Everybody had to do it. I was like, okay, well, that's fine. So I'm not sure how that goes. I mean, I'm sure everybody doesn't pay $550 for a drug test. But I called insurance, and they said it's one of the things that my insurance, I don't know if others, but my insurance doesn't cover it because it's not a medical necessity. So I spent a lot of time on the phone, and I got that $550 bill and other bills, differences in amounts and all this stuff. So spent a lot of time on the phone and found out there's really nothing I can do. I just had to pay all this stuff. So that was fun. Anyway, I'm kind of getting tired of dealing with all this insurance and doctor stuff. It's just a lot of runaround stuff. So I started talking to other people and trying to find alternatives, other things I could try. So I did the, is it called TINS, where it just does like the shock therapy almost. It's just a little like shock pulses that work on muscles and stuff. Tried that for a while, laid there in bed every day and let it go for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes or so on my back. That didn't really do me any good. Started trying a heating pad. That didn't do me any good. Some people say lay in bathtub, hot water, hot as you can stand it for a little while. Did that. That didn't help. So next I started telling people, and some people recommended a chiropractor. I haven't tried that yet, but that's next on the list I'm going to try. But then I started having my brother talk to some doctors and also patients of his. And a lot of people recommend getting an inversion table. So I started looking into it. It doesn't make sense to me, and for this reason. I understand if you hang upside down, then it's going to allow the pressure to be taken off your spine and in between and the nerves and things like that. What I don't understand is how that provides any kind of long lasting or longer term relief. I understand, while you're doing it, sure. But when you stand back up, is the weight not put right back on those discs and nerves? So that's what I don't understand, but I'm willing to try at this point about anything. So I ordered an inversion table. I looked at different ones. There's several different brands out there. Amazon carries them, sporting goods stores carry them. I started looking at reviews. There's one that actually has an infomercial that comes on TV all the time where this, 60 or 70-year-old guy will get on the commercial, and he's created it and he wants to sell it. I think is it $400, something like that, $500. Anyway, I found that decent ones run between $300 to $500. It just kind of depends. For myself, being a heavier guy, of course, I needed one that would be heavier duty. Some of them look kind of flimsy to me. And then some of them, you just got to look at weight. Some of them only handle up to 250 pounds. Well, here after injuring my back, I'm as heavy as I've been my entire life. So I've hit 300 pounds. So I wanted to make sure that I got an inversion table that would handle that. So I found one, and it's by Harrison, which makes other like weightlifting and gym equipment as well, cardio equipment, all that stuff. Theirs has a weight capacity of 350 pounds. It got really good reviews, and it just looked really heavy duty. So I went with it. So I'm about to show you kind of what it looks like. I just got it together today. I have not used it yet. I'm not going to make a video of me actually on it or using it, because I think that'll look kind of stupid, me hanging upside down making a video. But I just wanted to show you what I have, and then I'll do an update video at some point and kind of let you know my thoughts on it, if it's providing me any relief, if it's helping any, or if it's a total waste of time. Now I realize it's going to vary by the person. A lot of people wouldn't start talking about them, and they wouldn't sell them, so many of them, if they didn't do anything. So it might be the case to where it really helps some people and then others it doesn't, or I'm not sure what the outcome's going to be with it, but I will do an update video as soon as I can. But for right now, I'm going to turn the camera around and show you kind of what it looks like. So if you're interested or thinking about getting one, you can take a look into them for yourself. But, for a heavier person, this is about the heaviest duty that I could find in an inversion table. So anyway, I'll flip the camera around. Excuse the mess. There's always toys laying on the floor for the kids and all. I didn't really know where to set it up. I didn't have a lot of room around the house, so I put it in our formal living room, which is basically just where one of the aquariums resides, and other than that, it's just a toy room. But let's go ahead and take a look at it. Okay, so this is the Harrison inversion table. Very heavy duty. It looks like it's very well made. And like I said, pardon the mess. This is basically a kid's room for the most part. But it came with very easy instructions as far as putting it together. The bolts and screws and all that stuff, the way they were in the package, they were numbered by the steps that they're used. So very easily assembly. It probably took us like 15-20 minutes to put it together. It wasn't bad. I mean, most of the arms and stuff like that, you don't do any assembly there. But anyway, we'll just do a walk around of it. And I apologize using my phone here, being shaky. It's hard to hold this thing steady. But basically, the way it works, you put your feet down at the bottom. Then you pull this bar up, or is it push it down, I'm sorry. And you lock your ankles into it, so when you're hanging upside down, you don't go anywhere. It's got the adjustment here by your height. So that's 6 foot, I'm roughly 6'1". So I have it set at that, and then you tighten that, and it's got a little pin, so you can slide that up and down for the correct height. Also, these slide side to side to hold your feet and ankles in place. So all that's adjustable as well. Kind of give you some different views of it. Just slides around the bar, so you just put your feet here, of course, and you push this in and lock yourself in place. This has it's a memory foam type padding to it. I'll have to let you know on that one. I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. And the reason that I say that is because I read some reviews and people said that you kind of want a hard top. You don't want padding, because when you kind of go at an angle upside down, you won't like something holding your feet, but you want to be able to actually have your weight like pull or, relieve the pressure. You need to actually be sliding down towards the floor. And sometimes with the foam and padding, it provides like a little friction or resistance, so you don't actually like slide as well on it. But we'll see how that goes. Then when you go back, you just have some handles here so you can hold on to. Like I said, it's a very solid frame. I mean, it's not going to budge. And then it easily like teeters back and forth. It does have a strap here. If you wanted to use it, it says you can put over, just as a precaution, so that you don't, I guess if your feet came out of the little holster deals, you wouldn't fall. Then on this side is where you have your pin. And basically, I don't know if you can read this or not, it says 20, 40, and 60. So that's your degrees or angle. So, for the most part, it said you want to start out at 20 until you get used to it. And then you can let it go back further. But that's one part of the design I don't know that I like. Because when I just got on it, kind of adjusting the height and all, if you're wider or whatever, if I was trying to shift around, I kind of bumped that pin a little bit, even though, it just depends. You're kind of lined up within that, but I don't know. I don't like that pin actually sticking out that way, but we'll see how it goes. And then when it comes up here, it has that bump right there on the bracket. So that's what stops it. So that's basically at your 20-degree mark. And I guess you start out low just to kind of get used to it, and the eventual goal would be, I guess, basically laying back as far as you can. And then I actually found some information of kind of stretches you can do while you're on it. So if you're basically upside down on it, you want to kind of do a twisting motion with your back, kind of side to side and things like that. They have some books on it, but you can get that stuff for free as well. And then we'll go in, there's the name, Harrison Cardio Strength and Beauty. So they have a lot of other products, it's not, they don't just make these tables. But anyway, like I said, just wanted to do a starter video. It came in great shape. It was fast delivery. I think it was here within 4 days after I ordered it. Very well built. And then the instructions were awesome. Had the steps, all the little bolts you need for each step were in separate little sections. It came even with the tools, so it came with a couple Allen wrenches and an actual wrench. Very cheap, you know, they're disposable. It's not like tools that are higher quality that I'd want to hang on to, but you know, it's just nice that they came with that so you wouldn't have to go out and buy any tools. But anyway, that's it. I'll do a video and let you know my thoughts on it later and how it's working out. Let me know if you have any questions or comments on it. And thanks once again for watching.